Hey guys, so in today's video I'll be showing you the basic Syrian hamster care. So to start off, if you're very new to hamster care, this is a Syrian hamster. There are 5 types of hamsters. The Syrian hamster is the largest species. They are recommended if you have a child or if you are a child and you want to get your very first hamster. Most Syrian hamsters are extremely friendly and they don't bite. This takes the proper taming techniques. So in today's video, I'll be showing you the basic hamster care that you need to know before getting your Syrian hamster. The first thing that you are definitely going to need is the proper bedding. On the screen, I'll be naming some safe and unsafe hamster bedding. Pretty much all paper-based beddings are safe for hamsters unless they're scented, and aspen is also 100% safe and it's on the cheaper side. Some unsafe beddings consist of pine and cedar, and they can give your hamsters respiratory infections. You could use shredded paper as a bedding, just make sure there's no ink on it or else that's considered unsafe as well. This is what corncob bedding looks like. As you could see, it looks very hard. As you could see, it pretty much just looks like rocks that you'd get from the beach or something. I know they're not, but that's what it looks like. And this can be extremely hard on your hamster's paws, and you can use this for their litter box, which is what I do. It actually works very well, but I would not recommend using this as a full base bedding. The next thing that you'd need for a hamster are treats. Now, treats are 100% optional, and if you want to be on the more healthy side, you could just use some fruits or vegetables. If you do own hamster treats, I recommend giving them once a week. Syrians are not prone to diabetes, so you don't have to worry about that, but they could get other health issues as well. So once or twice a week should be good enough. So here I have the Living World donuts, a simple trail mix that I got at PetSmart, some donuts that I actually made, and some Versalega treats. So some examples of that would be the Paragon dog treats, and hamsters tend to love these. And Milk Bones make extremely good treats, and shoes. Hamsters also need some toys because they get bored very easily. Now, you don't have to go out and buy some toys. You could just use some paper towel rolls or some toilet paper rolls. Just make sure that you cut a slit so they don't get stuck, because Syrians have a tendency of getting stuck in these. You can use these jingly cat balls. My Syrian personally doesn't like these, but they add a little pop to the cage. The Puzzle Playground is a very good toy. The next thing that you're gonna need are some hamster chew toys. Hamsters have to gnaw down their teeth because they're constantly growing. If you do give a milk bone or a Paragon treat, you don't really have to give any chews because hamsters like those better than chews. But it's still fun to add some chews because some hamsters like them and some hamsters don't. My hamster Peach personally likes chews a lot. These chews are new, which is why they weren't touched. Owning a hamster, you're going to need a lot of little hideouts. So a bendable bridge is a great option. Hamsters tend to love little igloos. The only reason I don't use this one is, first of all, it's too small, and second of all, it's see-through. I think that hamsters should have a non-see-through / transparent home. You're then going to want to get a food bowl. Now, you could just use some old containers, just make sure you wash them, or you could go to Walmart and get some ceramic dishes. Then you will need a water bottle, and if you're going to get one, I suggest the Living World glass one because it has a carrot in it so you can see where the water level is. You should change your hamster's water bottle, I would say, once a week. You can also use a water dish, but I don't recommend it because they could pee in it and they could get their food and bedding in there. But if that's all you have, then that's perfectly fine. You'll probably have to change it once or twice a day. Then you will need a wheel. Now, this is a silent spinner, and this thing is so small. I got it for free from a friend. This is only 5.5 inches. Syrians, when they're little, should have a 8-inch wheel, and then when they're older, they should get up to an 11-inch wheel. The wheel I have is 11.5 inches. This is way too small. But if you could find a silent spinner that is 11.5 inches, I do recommend it because silent spinners are really silent. I use a comfort wheel and it's extremely noisy. I personally don't mind it, but some people might. Now, when you have a cage, obviously you're going to have to clean it. So you're going to need some cleaning supplies. This is pretty basic. I mean, all you really need is a dustpan and broom. As you can see, this white thing is just to spot clean. And then I have some Purell, just when I clean the cage, I don't want my hands to be all dirty and stuff afterwards. And then I have some toilet paper to wipe down the base of the cage. And then I just have this cute little sponge, and this is like when I'm cleaning it really full out, I use this and some water and vinegar solution. Well, I can't really tell you how often to clean the cage because it depends how big your cage is. If your cage is, I would say, above 700 square inches, I would clean it once every 3 or 2 weeks. If your cage is an IKEA Detolf cage, then you could clean it once a month, but just spot clean it once a week. And if you have something smaller than the minimum, which I obviously don't recommend, but if you do, then you should clean it once a week and spot clean every day. The next thing that you'll need for a hamster is a hamster ball, and this is optional. I personally don't like hamster balls, but some people do, so if you're gonna clean the cage and you don't know where to put your hamster, you can just put them in a hamster ball. The next thing that you'll need is a chinchilla sand bath, and I just leave this in the cage, but you could just give it to them once a day for like 5 minutes. Syrians tend to not really like chinchilla sand baths, but it's good to have because hamsters cannot have regular baths. Then you're going to need a toothbrush or some type of grooming brush, especially if you have a long-haired Syrian, because bedding and food tends to get stuck on their fur, so you're going to have to brush it out daily. The next and probably most important thing you'll need is your hamster's diet. Now, I have a very complex hamster diet because I want my hamster to get the best of the best. Just buying one generic hamster mix from PetSmart or Walmart probably isn't enough, and you're going to have a lot of add-ons. So I give my hamsters a pinch of oats, followed by their generic food mix, which is VitaCraft VitaSmart. Then I give my hamster a piece of pasta, and these have been broken in half, and they're just kind of hard. They're obviously not cooked. And then I just give a pinch of Timothy hay. I give my hamster one Living World pellet, and I got these at PetSmart, followed by 5 Oxbow pellets. Now my hamster, and probably any hamster, would love this diet, which is why I simply just don't recommend giving the generic hamster diet because they're missing so much other stuff that they could be getting. Final thing that you're going to need for your hamster is a cage. Now, first of all, the cage has to be over 360 square inches, and that's the minimum, so you should always try to go over the minimum. This is a DIY bin cage, and the bin is from Walmart. You want to try to put a lot of stuff in your hamster cage as possible, but don't overcrowd it. You want to try to make it fun for them. Now, this is optional, but you can get a carrying case for your hamster, and this is if you want to take them outside or something, which I do recommend 100%. And you should take your hamster to the vet, I would say once every 6 months, just for a normal checkup, and to do that you should put them in a carrying case. So yeah guys, that's pretty much all you need to know about Syrian hamsters. Make sure you never breed them because that's terrible, and just watch some videos on YouTube on why you shouldn't. Obviously you should never pair 2 Syrian hamsters together because they will fight. Thanks for watching, bye!